What's up, you guys? I'm your girl, Daysha E.
And it's your boy, Dante.
And we are back with another great episode of Or Clickbait, where we take the hottest headlines in music, sports, and entertainment and determine whether it's for the culture
or simply for clicks.
Yeah, period, for your click noise.
I've been practicing.
It's so funny. Now, y'all, we've been missing for about 2 weeks because we had some business to handle, had some traveling to do, had some work, just a whole lot of stuff. You know, we are busy people, though. We have to keep y'all tuned in. So we just gonna get right into it because we missed y'all, and I'm sure y'all missed us too.
Right. I definitely missed y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all like the highlight of my week.
No, seriously. I look forward to it every week.
We love y'all. Y'all support us. So while we at it, let's go ahead and jump right into it, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Netflix hosted Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight this past weekend. And I want to say, I have a lot to say about this fight, but before I even talk about how I feel about it, let's just go into some facts, shall we? Both Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had a contract to where they would receive $20 million if Mike Tyson did not knock Jake Paul out in the fight, and vice versa. So now, looking back, taking all that into consideration and looking at how the fight actually went, I feel like it's rigged, but that's my point. That's my opinion.
So there is a little bit more to this, right? You have Jake Paul's promotion team called MVP that did the promotion around this whole fight. They did all the funding, chose the judges, just everything surrounding this fight. So, I mean, when you think about the preparation going into it, it kind of gave that it was somewhat going to be rigged.
Right.
I don't like to consider it to be rigged necessarily.
I mean, I guess I can use different terminology.
But rigged is not a bad word. So I just feel like he wouldn't have knocked Mike out anyway. I don't know if you guys got to see on Netflix their mini documentary series that they did. It was a 3-episode series where they broke down the process up until the fight. And I think that everybody have in their mind, as far as Jake Paul goes, for him being like a YouTuber, a prankster, a jokester, and all of these other things. But I feel like in that documentary, you were actually able to see that Jake Paul is pretty mature as an individual, right? And you got to see his training style and how hard he works and how he try to like mentally push through all the time. And it also showed the same process with Mike Tyson. I feel like after seeing that, I kind of understand why Jake did not knock him out. I wouldn't have wanted to knock out the man either. What he is, 57, 58?
Right.
58, and then you got Jake Paul, who's 27.
He's young and fresh right now.
So,
but see, that's why I say, I'm not going to say, so if I have to take that back, I wouldn't say rigged. But I would definitely say that the fight was organized.
Yeah.
It was organized in a way that says, all right, you know, we got to go 8 rounds straight. Don't knock him out. You know, this is his legacy on the line. But also make this a good fight.
Yeah.
You know, make this a fight that's going to be talked about because it's going to go down in history.
Yeah.
Because Jake Paul, you're fighting a legend.
Yeah.
You know, Mike Tyson. You know, so as long as you didn't knock him out, Mike Tyson didn't knock him out, then we good. We both go home with a payday.
Right. And I think that it was fitting, right? I think that Mike Tyson holds the title of heavyweight champ, you know what I'm saying? Like the world's biggest. And for Jake Paul to be somebody where everybody kind of like is skeptical about how much experience he has in boxing, and he's a YouTuber and he just stumbled across this sport, is not something that he was actually passionate about out the gate. I think that this worked in his favor because the fact that Mike accepted a fight by a quote unquote YouTuber who's not qualified, that literally just stamped him and made him qualified.
Right.
And then for Mike, it just showed that he has sustained himself so well and his body and his mentality that he can get in the field and still box it out too. So I think it was something that worked out for both people's favor. And I'm happy he didn't knock him out because as I was watching, my little heart was racing because Jake Paul did stun him a couple of times. And if you notice, he was like, Mike was losing his footing.
Yeah,
and
I noticed.
I was scared. I didn't want the man to catch an aneurysm or nothing, just randomly.
I was on the edge of my seat like, oh, hold on. He hitting him too hard now.
Yeah, like, calm down. I know this is what y'all here to do, but don't kill the man on TV.
Right, that would have been horrible to see.
Would have been a tragedy.
Now, while we're talking about killing somebody on TV, Netflix, boo.
Tomato.
What's up with the system? Like, the server was horrible.
Yes.
And, you know, we was watching it, and at first, I thought it was just, like, at our house.
Just your house?
And we were thinking it was the Wi-Fi. Like, my aunt kept telling us, oh, there's too many people on the Wi-Fi. So all of us got off the Wi-Fi.
No.
But it just still be messing up. Like, every 5 seconds, You got to click out of the show and go back in and watch it live. You
Yeah.
done missed like a minute already.
Yeah.
You know, y'all got to get that together, Netflix. We understand this is y'all first live taping, but come on now.
Yeah.
Y'all should do some testing of that prior to.
Anything, like, I get that it's live, so with live shows, something could always go wrong. But Netflix, them budgets that y'all be giving creatives and stuff to make movies and documentaries on y'all platform, y'all should have had the world's greatest servers out to stream this, because just look at the demographic of how many people actually watch Netflix on a regular basis.
Exactly.
How Netflix is flooded when a new show come out, or when something that everybody done anticipated seeing coming out. Like, y'all have those numbers.
Exactly. I
Think
feel
big,
like
bitch.
they used the wrong event to do what we call a testing.
Yeah.
You know, y'all should have basically did a event way before, like, let's just say a little mini interview. You know, Netflix official interview with so-and-so, whoever it might be. Beyonce, I don't care.
Yeah.
And just use that as your testing to see how far y'all servers can survive.
Yeah.
What's the bandwidth? Because doing it in the middle of a fight, we was at home mad.
Yeah, for sure.
I started looking for other ways to watch it. Googling.
Oh my God.
Ways to watch the fight.
Netflix, y'all, you losing y'all viewers, and like the people that's tuned in, all from the mess.
And
now,
we pay too much money for it now since we can't share.
Hello. So y'all need to make sure them servers, cause yeah, them packages did go up.
They went up.
So your
and we
server
can't share with other
quality
households.
need to go up too. No, I'm with you when you're right. Now the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, I'm gonna say it's for the culture for me.
That's definitely for the culture, all day.
It was a good fight, though people may beg to differ.
It was for the culture. Regardless whether you like the fight, not like the fight, how it went together, it was for the culture. This is Mike Tyson. We ain't seen Mike Tyson in the ring in how long?
Right. And Jake Paul generation got to see Mike Tyson
Exactly.
in the ring
a whole
as
new
well.
life.
So, hey,
Ooh.
I think it's a win. I think it's a W. Now, Dante, while we're talking about Netflix, we have to also talk about the fact that Beyoncé has announced that on Christmas Day, she will be doing the halftime show for the NFL. So my girl said, forget it. I'm not worried about holding it down for Super Bowl. I'll take the next biggest day, which is Christmas Day.
Right.
Knowing that everybody is going to be tuned in to the game.
That was a smart move on Beyonce's behalf. And I say that because if you're looking at the fact that all the viewers that tune in during Christmas time, just to sit around and watch the football game, at that point, forget Super Bowl. You know, Super Bowl is the next best thing, but she's here before the Super Bowl, Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, so she gonna have another big TV moment. And whether you like her or not, you're gonna be watching because you're watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and even bigger, come on, is the Texans that's playing.
Right.
So it's like
that's Houston. That's hometown.
anything surrounding Houston, Texas right now, I'm sure Beyonce is gonna show up and show out.
I wouldn't be surprised if she bring Megan Thee Stallion out on stage.
I wouldn't be either, but I slightly would unless Megan got a country song with her that we don't know about. I
mean, she got I'm
be
a Savage.
little-
Okay.
that-
Classy, bougie,
she
ratchet.
do have that, and that's a cute song to put on the NFL, like on Christmas Day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense. You know, these things are very touchy because these organizations are pretty conservative still,
Yeah.
as far as like higher ups go and certain things. And I don't know if you saw, but a teaser came out where Beyonce was standing on top of like
What that is,
little
like Cadillac
a
donk?
Cadillac or
Caddy?
something, a donk, one of them that was decked out in some flowers, and she had on her red, white, and blue and her big white cowboy hat.
Very
So,
patriotic.
Very patriotic, very much giving first black country woman.
Very
Um,
strategic.
Yeah. So I'm excited and anticipating this performance to kind of see like what it is that Beyonce is going to give us. Is she coming out 16 carriages Beyonce, or is she coming out savage Beyonce? So
I
I
can
feel
see
like
her coming out 16 carriages, honestly.
me too.
This long, what y'all call it? Bust down?
Uh-huh.
She got the bust down platinum wig. She's definitely coming to give us 16 carriages.
Yeah, it's giving Dolly. She's giving us Dolly Parton for sure.
She gonna have everybody whiskey hell high.
Yep.
Well, how the song goes? Bottles in my hand and whiskey on dry.
Baby, don't let me lie. Don't let me lie. I only know all the country songs that she made that went viral on TikTok. Those are the only ones
I think
that
that
I
was
know.
one of them. Oh, Two Hands to Heaven. I just don't know all the
Two
words.
Hands to Heaven. Okay, that is one of them ones that everybody
Two
be singing.
hands to heaven.
I think she going country.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah.
gonna say. She going country. But y'all stay tuned to see, because I'm not gonna lie, it's your girl Daysha E, and I feel like my predictions be on point.
Literally, we need a segment called Daysha's Predictions.
Yes, I think my predictions be on point. So
What they said on That's a Raven? Do you see into the futuro?
I do. And, I'm having a vision now. Okay, I'm back. I saw Beyonce doing 16 carriages on Christmas Day.
Wait, she walking out with 16 carriages right behind her.
It is horses upon horses upon horses.
If she do that, that would be crazy.
That would be hard.
That would be crazy. Beyonce, we know you watching our episodes. We know you be watching. We saw you in the views on TikTok.
Period. Listen, now this right here is definitely for the culture.
I say this for the culture.
I'm excited to see Beyonce. Give us some more Beyonce. She just came off that tour as well, so this is like perfect. Give us some more Beyonce.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. I love this for B.
Tyler, the Creator, recently just had Camp Flog, Gnaw, and let's just say that it was a show to be at. Dante, why are you laughing?
Because I can't get over the name of the title, Flog, Gnaw. You know how hard it is to say that shit? I couldn't even get it out.
Nah, me neither. Me neither. It took me a little minute. The first time I read it, it was just like, I don't know what I said. But listen, overall, it was a good show. It was a good show. So Tyler, the Creator, started this show back in 2012. So he has been going for, 12 years?
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Tyler. That's super major. But if you guys don't know, this is basically like a little mini festival type of situation. But it's not that many, let me be clear, because the crowd was there. It was a whole bunch of people in a big, I don't know what that was, a stadium, a park, a football field. But it was hella people there. Now, the things that are catching wildfire online is Doechie's performance from Camp Flog.
That was the only performance I really paid attention to. Was
Me
Doechie.
too. I haven't
First,
really
she
seen.
caught me because I'm like, why is she on stage in panties? But
Two
you know,
Doubled up. Doubled up.
In true Doechie fashion, it was lit though, because she captivated our attention.
Yeah.
She captivated the audience. Her delivery, everything just be on point.
Yes, like I love Doechie's whole existence, right? I like how she's unapologetically herself. She does not care. She's holding it down for the black girls, like chocolate girls who don't really have that much representation and or who probably feel indifferent about their features or what they look like. And in a time where like everybody wants to be like this foreign looking girl or look exotic,
She gives naturally exotic.
I naturally just blackity, black and stacked.
And
so
she's
I
from
love
Florida,
it.
And she's a Florida girl.
Come on, like what's up,
She's a Florida girl, so of course we're gonna put on for the home team.
Like how dare we not? So it was a little bit of everybody at this show, okay? They had Denzel Curry, and he brought out Laser Dim. The kids know who Laser Dim is. If y'all don't, go look him up, because he's clearly the guy for the young kids, okay? Now, they also had Erykah Badu. They had SZA, but it was a little bit of everybody, Dante, and I know you know some more people that was there.
You had Schoolboy Q, you had Vince Staples, you had DJ Mustard, you had Sexy Red, you had the whole gang them.
It sounded like a
they was
party to
out.
me. It sounded like a party to me for all ages.
Definitely a party at Camp Hog Gnaw.
Yeah, that name is so funny. I'm sorry.
We gotta get us a shirt.
Hog Gnaw.
It sounds like you're saying Hog Gnaw.
And then it's a G. It's a G. So my behind, when I read it, I said Gnaw.
Gnaw.
I said Gnaw. Somebody
Camp
like
Hog Gnaw?
yes, the G is silent, girl. But listen, I'm gonna say that this show right here was definitely for the culture, and I think it's major because again, 12 years in on doing this show, Tyler, the Creator, is probably one of the most loud and influential but quiet and out the way people
He is.
in the industry right now, and I think it's crazy, but it's super dope.
I like how he's able to be himself,
Mm-hmm.
but then also still be able to be front row and center, like when he's ready to be in front of his
Yes.
fans. And the funny thing about him is that he already said it as well. He's like, he separates his personal life from his music.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's on, he's an artist. He's specifically that.
Yeah.
And that's why he shows up in his art the way he does, because he wants his art to be focused on. And then in his personal life, he just do whatever he want to do, and he cool, and he's unapologetic about who he is.
And as he should be. I don't know if y'all saw, but he was on stage with Sexy Red twerking.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Clock that. You better clock that.
Somebody go get her Shamar.
Yeah. No, that was cute. That just goes back to, like you said, him being himself.
Right.
And I'm very big on people being themselves. Like, who cares what anybody thinks?
Exactly. So while we're talking about people being authentically themselves, let's talk about authentic love. Johnathan Majors and Megan Good get engaged this past weekend. They made an appearance at the Power 100, Ebony Power 100 event, and they looked flawless. Now, I'm not gonna tell you no lies. This is something I've been waiting on, and it's something I saw coming. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a big Megan Good fan. Like, I love Megan Good. You know, she's getting married to Johnathan Majors though, so that's fine. I just love to see this on her. Why? And why I say authentic as well, because this is one of those love stories that if we really, really pay attention to what has led up to this point, that's nothing but real love.
Yeah.
I know people on social media are probably asking questions like, oh, is it a publicity stunt? Because I don't know if you know Daysha, but right before there was like rumors of them breaking up. Well, as we see, that's far from happening.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Megan has a reason to do publicity stunts.
No, I don't think this would have worked out in her favor as a publicity stunt. Simply because we know her to have just got out of a marriage.
Right.
So I feel like if anything, this would have worked against her and made it seem like she's moving on a little too fast to the public or to everybody else around. So I don't think that this is a publicity stunt. Now,
And she's usually pretty honest
she is
about her
and
decisions.
She's always
she's
dated
open.
open. Yeah.
Yeah, like even when her and the pastor had
Yeah.
divorced, she held on to it for a little while, but that was, of course, for them to deal with it internally.
Yeah.
But when it was time to talk about it, she had no issue.
And another thing, right? We don't get to see the side of how long people have had a decision made and been living in it, right? So her and her ex-husband could have made that decision that they wanted to separate, and we just, as the public, did not know. So we don't know if she had 6 months to herself, 3 months to herself, a year to herself where they were separated, where she got to build herself back up to date. But I just also feel like not all relationships damage you. And like she said, her and her ex-husband, they helped each other grow. They scratched each other's back. So she may have come out of that situation and been ready to just start dating again. She may not have needed a whole bunch of time to herself. She may have taken that time. So I'm excited to see what their union looks like because, again, from the outside looking in, it looks pretty authentic. It looks like she genuinely loves him, and it looks like he genuinely loves her as well. And then we all know how that go. Like when you're going through tough times and you don't really have nobody that you feel like you could trust, and you have somebody who is willing to be a listening ear or like a soft space for you to like be vulnerable. And in Johnathan's case, his whole situation was just pure foolishness. Like
that's enough
at the
to bring
highest
anybody
level.
together.
Yeah, and it's like everybody's portraying me as a monster off of something that is not even monstrous, if you want to be technical. So I think it's good. I have no problem with it. I don't see the problem with it. Y'all need to learn to stay out of people's relationships.
That's the biggest thing. Fuck that. Stay out of people's business.
Now, I'm going to say for this not cultural for me because I'm not going to care. I'm not going to lie. I don't really care about who getting married. I don't really care about who together and who not together.
You don't think it's for the culture?
No. It's not for the culture. What are they doing for the culture by getting married?
What if Obama and First Lady
I care.
had a big event?
I care.
about
Excuse
their
me,
wedding?
I care.
That would
I
be for
do.
the culture?
If they were what, getting a divorce?
No,
Or
they got
getting-
like married again.
Oh, they got married again. Yeah, they're for the culture. They're the mom and dad of Black culture. I don't care what nobody say. They like the fairy godparents. Like, no, I care about them.
I got you. I was just playing devil advocate. I agree. This is clickbait.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at this as a cultural, but it's good to know
Yeah, clickbait with love.
with love. But you know what's not with love?
What?
My boy Plies is coming forward to sue the following.
Said, just give me my money.
Just give me my money, is what Plies is asking y'all. Just give me my money. To the front and center, Soulja Boy, Megan Thee Stallion, and
Glow.
Glorilla. Oh,
Damn.
cue sad sounds.
Yep.
So yeah, Plies is coming forward saying that he's suing them for the beat of what is it, Goons? I keep a couple killers around me
Yep.
when I move.
Yep.
That song. Apparently, it sounds very, very similar. Now, as we do know, that same similar beat was used in Dougie.
Mhm.
So and that's what Soulja Boy has came out and said as well. Like, I didn't use your beat.
Yeah.
It's nothing like your beat. Now, if you ask me, I have listened to it. It does sound similar, and it definitely sounds similar. It sounds more similar to Megan Thee Stallion than Glorilla.
Yeah.
But I can see some shakiness with the Soulja Boy one. But it's all still has that same cadence.
I'm not gonna lie, they all start out the same. They all got the same little beat. They all got the same, I guess cadence would be the
Yeah.
word. The speed of it is what's different.
And the only one who
It's
really
slowed
switched it up
down.
was Soulja Boy.
Yeah, and yeah, he did. He added extra instruments on top of it, which does then create a difference to the sound. So Soulja might be able to like skate past this, but like we were discussing earlier off camera, this might be something where Dougie Fresh might be able to line all of them
Oh,
up
y'all up.
and say, y'all just give me my money.
You too,
Yes.
Plies.
Now this can be a flip situation because there's two sides to this coin for sure. Now, do I feel like it's been a minute since Pretty Boy Swag came out? Yeah, but do I also feel like sometimes you just kind of gotta wait it out? Yeah, like you don't wage all wars outright.
You're right.
Sometimes you got to sit back, relax, enjoy the show, see how everybody leaving, see what's going on, and then plan an attack.
You're right.
And then by Glow and Megan recently releasing a song together with this same beat, it probably brought back to the forefront how he felt about Soulja Boy doing it. So he was like, okay, now I'm probably gonna act on it.
Right. Because I agree with what you just said, because it's not a fact of, one, we don't know if he had felt some type of way when Soulja Boy first released Pretty Boy Swag. He probably did feel a way and just never said anything, or wanted to move and somebody advised not yet. You know, once you see how big the song gets, now it's a little bit more worth it now because you can make 10 times what you could have made at that time. And now also looking forward, now you got Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion sampling the same exact record.
Yep. The
Allegedly.
two hottest female rappers right now.
Right. Now, okay, we can cash in. We got a payday. And I'm sure somebody's attorney said there's something here.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't just let him go. Because first, in order to sue anybody, you can't just up and say, I'm going to sue. You actually got to file a right to sue.
Right.
And show that you have a case.
Right.
And it has to be approved by the court.
For
So
sure.
once it's approved, now that means there has been some documentation showing that this could actually legitimately be a case.
Yeah. And to all of the rappers, singers, producers, and engineers, make sure y'all do y'all part by these people with this music and these beats. Do what you need to do to switch the sound up just a little bit. Like the nostalgia epidemic that's going on right now. I don't even know if epidemic is the right word to use, but it's a nostalgia bug that's going around right now where everybody is just like picking from old stuff and not really necessarily doing anything different with it, just picking it and doing it again.
And the sad part is, I mean, it has been going on for centuries, right? So this ain't new. They've been doing this since the 90s, the 2000s, you know, the 80s. So it's culturally always been done. But what's happening now is they're not doing the business.
No.
So you're not reaching out and going to the proper channels, getting permission to use these records.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, so it can go one of two ways. You can get permission to do the record, right? So you can reach out and they can tell you no, now you can't do anything with it. Or you can take chances and do it and then just
and no, you
let
gotta
them
own
sue
them
you.
on the background.
Right. So that's one way to look at it. Or if they do let you get the record off right, they might charge you an arm and a leg for it. Me personally, if you ask me, I'm the person that I'd rather reach out, get the information, and get the opportunity to get a yes. Because if I get a yes, guarantee you they're probably not going to charge me as much now as the song might be worth 10 years later. Because especially if you're not like that big of an act,
forward.
They're going to look at you like, oh, well, this record ain't that big. Just go ahead, give me this, give me that, and we're going to call it even. Boom, boom, boom. And a little equity maybe.
Yeah.
But now if you let the song sit 10 years and the song got millions of streams and it became a cultural record.
Now I could charge you triple.
Right. So they charge you, just throwing out numbers, $40,000 now. They can come back next time and 10 years from now charge you $400,000.
Yeah, for sure. That's just how the game
and 75% royalties.
Yep, that's just how the game goes. So please know the business side of things as y'all are sampling people's beats and taking people's audios and voiceovers and all of this stuff. Know the rights behind this stuff so you are not in the same boat. Now, Dante, is this culture or clickbait for you?
Clickbait.
Yeah, me too.
It ain't cultural.
No.
It's definitely clickbait.
This happens now. The discussion of making sure the business is handled with your music is a cultural discussion because instant sensations are happening every day. And I think that people are doing stuff, wanting that quick turnaround of having fame and being known of. But again, once that is the driving point, the business usually falls to the background when that is the driving point. So I don't know. This clickbait for me too, though.
It's definitely clickbait. While we on the topic of new music, Daysha, what are some of the new singles that has came out this past week?
So in music, we have Lil Baby who is back out making music. And I feel like I ain't heard Lil Baby in about 2 or 3 years. But he just dropped 2 new tracks, a song called Insecurities and then a song called 5 a.m. And I'm going to say that I pretty much like how they sound. Like, it is giving us Lil Baby. Like, it's really giving his vibe. But I feel like it also comes with a little bit of maturity. I feel like he sat back, probably did some self-work, got into some other lines of business, and probably was maturing himself when it comes to certain music business things. And then he decided, let me get back out here. So that's pretty cool. And then we also have Wizkid, who just dropped his new song called Dance, which is
How is it
Kes.
pronounced? Kes?
Kes.
Kes?
Kes. Kes. Look at us learning languages. Ooh, Duolingo.
It was dope though. I like the song.
Yeah, no, for sure. It very much give dance. It make you want to dance. It's giving African dance
Different
moves.
Afro beats all day.
Yes, 1,000%. Do I think it's the season for dance music? There's that hype.
Honestly, I think and this is my take, I don't think Afro beats have a season. I think they can go all year round.
You do?
Because think about culturally, they dancing all year round
In the
anyway. Right. What snow?
Oh, I'm talking about us, not giving.
Like in the snow. Like,
not
what?
giving Africa. I was talking about us. Like, just imagine somebody in Colorado listening to Kiss in a big ass Margiela fluffy jacket, looking like a Michelin man. Like, I don't know.
I'm
But
dead.
like you said, Afro beats don't really have a season. I could go for that. It's just like Caribbean music. Like,
Yeah,
it's not a season for real.
It's just a
for it.
feeling.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, because it's almost like music from South Florida, right, where we from. People look at us sometimes and say, oh, the music don't have seasons. Well, I mean, because technically in Florida, we don't see many seasons.
We don't.
So it's always sunny, fun, beach,
Yep.
vibes,
Yep.
vibes.
Yep.
And when I say vibes on vibes, I'm talking about just vibes on vibes.
Upon them.
Right, like it's never really a moment where the state as a whole or cities feel like, oh, it's time to go into our love bag
Yeah.
because the season is changing. The season ain't changing.
Now, while we talk about music, we have to also talk about JT from the Block performance where she had Clark Atlanta featured in it, and it was.
Let's go, JT.
It was cute. It was cute. Shout out to. Let's start by saying.
Shout out to Black colleges.
Shout out to the HBCUs of the world, right? Let's start there, right? We're all cousins.
We all family in some ways.
In the club, we're all fam.
In the club,
Literally.
we all fam.
Literally. Now, was I moved by Clark band, dance line, and just everything? No, not at all.
Let me say this, y'all, because I attend Clark Atlanta University, so I'm gonna just
That's
go ahead and
cute.
say it. I'm a Panther, right? But I'm also a Rattler. Clark band did not give me what I needed from them.
No.
Okay, and I love Clark.
Me too.
Once again, I'm a student. I gotta make sure I say that because I'm not hating.
I wanted to go there.
I just don't like the band's performance with JT. And this is why I feel this way. And this is taking all biases out. I feel this way because the way that the performance went, right? When you think about JT, you think about the way she raps, her twang, all of that. The tempo was too slow for the way she raps.
Yeah.
And only way for you to be able to get that, you have to be from Florida.
Yes, you got to be you got to understand.
Somebody
like,
has to
has to be
understand the
synergy.
culture, right? Because it's not just playing the beat.
Yeah.
dun. No, you gotta actually have that swag. Like
Yes.
there's a certain swag that gotta be in that, and if it's not there, you're gonna miss.
And I agree. I feel like it should have been a Florida HBCU or a Florida high
It could
school.
even been a high school, right?
It could have been somewhere like
The
Miami
West.
Northwestern, like who has had a long, extensive time frame of being like one of the top high school bands, percussions, dance lines, and everything.
Carroll City.
Forever. You got Carroll City. Like you have just so many different schools that I feel like would have had that Miami flair and really embodied that, and it would have really had that performance turn.
And I get what they was probably going for. They probably said, you know, we want to show love to the HBCU culture. So I get that. And then understanding as well, a lot of platforms are not in Miami, right?
Right.
So even if she wanted to go to Florida Memorial, FAMU, or any of those other platforms, maybe the cost would have been different.
Yeah.
Because they're not there. And this is all us just, you know, assuming, right?
Yep, just speculation.
We're not on JT's team, but we're just looking at the facts, right? And looking at how things may have played out and how they got to the decision of Clark Atlanta.
Yeah.
But once again, nothing's wrong with Clark Atlanta. Let's go HBCU culture all day. But Clark, next time y'all get the opportunity to perform for somebody, y'all better kill it.
Yeah.
Because them dancers was looking very sleepy.
They was very
behind JT.
Very lukewarm, very mid. But I love
And that ain't our culture.
Y'all my cousins. I do love y'all.
Are they the cousins you invite to the cookout, or are they the cousins you tell as the cookout is going on? Like,
No, they could get invited.
we had a cookout.
All my cousins from all my HBCUs could get invited to the cookout outright. Everybody get their invite.
I got a few that I'm gonna invite on the day of.
Ooh, that's nasty. All right, y'all. Now, everything surrounding music right now is definitely for the culture. Y'all go tune into these different performances and this new music that came out, and y'all let us know how y'all feel about it in the comments because we want to hear from y'all.
And that concludes another great episode of Culture or Clickbait. I'm your boy Dante.
And I'm your girl, Daysha E.
And you know why we're here. We take the hottest topics in sports, music, and entertainment, and we decide if it's for the culture or
simply for clicks. Y'all come back and see us next week.
Tune in. Make sure you subscribe.